Starting lineups for tonight. Around the first-team All-NBA performer, Kobe, it's Ron Artest. Third-team All-League, Pau Gasol, Andrew Bynum, and Derek Fisher. And for Utah, some unheralded players like Fasenko, Miles, undrafted rookie Wesley Matthews, but Darren Williams and Carlos Boozer. Heather Cox, they get some reinforcements off the bench tonight.
Indeed they do, Mike. After missing 23 of 25 games with a strained left calf, Andre Kirilenko returns to action tonight. Now, before the game, Kirilenko sounded anxious, saying, "It's been a long time. It feels like I'm starting over." Now, tonight, Jerry Sloan's plan is to give AK 5 to 6 minutes at a time at the power forward spot to battle the Lakers' size. And Mike, Phil Jackson's well aware of the return and admitted concern, telling me his length and blocking ability drastically changes the game plan when he's in.
Joey Crawford, Dick Bavetta, Greg Willard, Heather, those are the officials tonight. Crawford and Bavetta, the two senior officials in the NBA. Off we go with Game 3 here in Salt Lake City. Andrew Bynum playing through a partially torn meniscus in his knee. To Artest, who's had a poor outside shooting series. Rebound by Fasenko.
In order for Utah to win tonight, they have to hold the Lakers to one shot attempt. Number two, get out in the open floor and get some easy baskets. Big thing, come on now, you are doing a great job in offensive rebounding. Keep it up.
Wesley Matthews, the undrafted rookie out of Marquette, long on the three, and here come the Lakers. He'll be very comfortable with this role. As Stewart and the guys mentioned in the pregame, last 2 years, they've been up 2-0 and played Game 3 in this raucous environment.
Well, you like the fact that they rise to the occasion. They have 4 great players out there, 4 all-star people. Big thing for them, stay within the triangle offense and get the high percentage shots.
Artest has missed 2 outside shots. Now 1 of 11 shooting the 3 in this series. And stepping on the baseline is Miles. It'll go back to the Jazz.
Well, that's because the post-up man was post-up too low. And when you send that baseline cutter, even if he's open, he's behind the backboard. Main thing right now, hit the post, cut, but have excellent spacing.
Gasol turned it over. Artest fights to keep it alive. Shot clock reset there. And the Jazz bench doesn't like it, and with good reason. Bryant from the outside. Off on the 3, Williams the rebound.
Now, in this series, this is Game 3. That's Kobe Bryant's only 4 3-point attempt. Most of the stuff has been 18 feet and down.
Darren Williams posting Fisher. Fasenko going to the basket. Gasol, and there's the story of this series. The block shots and the length of the Lakers. You'd be 21 blocks in 2+ games.
Well, you have to give them a lot of credit. See, Fasenko, a young kid, only in the league 2 years, and also playing a lot of basketball in the D-League. He's got to finish for you when he's inside of 3 to 4 feet. Now, in Game 2, he was 1 for 7. Now, tonight, that had to be a dunk.
Kobe breaks the scoring seal. Fasenko in his 3rd year out of the Ukraine. Only played in 49 games. C.J. Miles from the outside. This guy came right out of Skyline High School in Dallas. It's his 5th year in the league, and boy, has he blossomed in the postseason.
Mike, in this series, he's doing a good job against Artest. Main thing with Miles, if you're going to take 5 threes, you have to shoot a good percentage.
Lakers have taken a few quick shots here early on. Los Angeles 1 of 5. Darren Williams.
Let's get back to L.A. Why the jump shot? You've been dominating in the paint. Your 3 big guys are getting you 46 points a game. And then also the offensive rebounding. So you don't need all the long jump shots.
Fisher off the curl misses, but Bynum re-tees Gasol. The Lakers 1 of 7. And there's going to have to be hustle if Utah gets rebounds. And they get one there with Wesley Matthews, whose dad played in the NBA for nearly a decade, including a couple of seasons with the Lakers. Williams, 3.
Now, we asked, will he come out and start off hot? And he definitely is. He said that I have missed an awful lot of open shots, normal ones that I make and shoot a high percentage. I'm glad he's off and running.
Only 35% in the series. An 8-0 run. Here's the game's first foul. It's going to be called down here on Utah.
Now, when you watch the defense, all right, at this end, you can see he's going over the top of the screens. Also, Fisher is going under the screens, opening him up. You can see 2 back-to-backs right there. You continue to go under, he'll pull up because range is not a factor with Williams.
Gasol backing Boozer. Kobe will get beneath the free throw line for the runner and knock it down.
Now that was very difficult. Not only did he have a runner in his chest, he beats the runner, and then he had to shoot up over the 7-foot youngster who was rotating to block the shot.
Feet inside, knocked out. They decided to be a kick and stay down here. Here's what the coaches told their teams pregame in the locker room.
We got to go after these guys with all the energy you got, and when you're playing, you got to come to help each other. We help each other and play together, and you win the ball.
We've been through a couple game threes here. We know what it's like. Doesn't mean that you know what the experience is like. You got to go out there and embrace this thing and go after it.
Words of wisdom from two Hall of Famers, both of whom played many a playoff game, in addition to hundreds coached on each side. Phil Jackson, Jerry Sloan. Fisher from the top. Williams, great job to bounce it a place where he could get it. No numbers, but a pitch out for Miles for three.
There you go.
Utah's hit 3 of its first 4 three-pointers here tonight.
Now, Mike, the second shot attempt by the Lakers, they've been getting by tapping the ball back out long. I like the fact that Utah, Deron Williams went for that, and then you get the break and you have a 2-on-1.
Tough cover for Wesley Matthews, who was guarding guys in the Big East 13 months ago, trying to check Kobe Bryant in this series. Miles and Matthews doing that. Maybe we'll see Kirilenko on Kobe when he comes in. Williams got bumped, and the first foul on the Lakers.
We told you in a lot of shots that are missed, the Lakers will tap the ball out long. But that time, you could see Williams was hanging out. Once he makes that penetration, the three-point shot with the trailers will be open in both corners tonight.
After this free throw, Andre Kirilenko will come in. He's only played in 2 of the last 25 games with a left calf injury. And listen to the crowd as Kirilenko is buzzed in. Ninth year in the league. Only 4 more players have played more games for Jerry Sloan, so he's so familiar with everything Utah does. QB, what are you going to be watching for with Kirilenko?
Well, first of all, I don't think he's going to take anything long unless it's wide open. He's excellent off the dribble. He's a terrific passer in their half-court system, and then also a very good defender. He was on the all-defensive team 3 times.
Kirilenko came in for Wesley Matthews. 6 to shoot. Gasol working on Fasenko.
Nice
Still a
shot.
cold shot here for the Lakers. 3 of 11 Los Angeles out of the gate.
Nice defensive job that time.
Williams finds Miles. That's 3. Kirilenko already felt with the impact. A rebound and a reset. And Williams right to Kirilenko, who tipped it in.
Now, that's his value right there. Yeah. Off the dribble, first of all, an excellent passer. Off the dribble, and then an offensive rebounder for you at 6'10" with the long arms.
That'll not be the first time that it's hard hearing the whistle in here. It'll stay down here with Los Angeles.
Keep an eye in the middle of your screen. Now, right there, Kirilenko gets the first rebound. Now, he's extremely active. Once Deron goes to the basket, shot block, there he is. Now he's going to take it, but he's right back up again. A very quick jumper.
Kobe from the outside knocks down the 3. So Bryant hits the first 3 for the Lakers. As a matter of fact, Kobe has knocked down all the field goals for Los Angeles thus far.
An interesting stat in games 1 and 2. Kobe and Gasol are averaging between them 10 turnovers a game.
Fasenko trying to get to the other side of the rim, and there's the problem. You get past one 7-footer, there's another waiting in front of the rim.
Yeah, but Mike, it was behind the backboard. I mean, if you could come out and scoop shot behind the backboard and score, you could lead this league in scoring.
Kirilenko blocks Kobe. 7 to shoot. Bynum backing down Fasenko. At the end of the shot clock, Fisher didn't get it off. Shot clock violation as we head to the game's first timeout.
Mike, give Fasenko a ton of credit. He's doing an excellent job either on Gasol or Bynum. He's not getting beat off the dribble. All right, if they take jump shots, fine. They'll live with that.
You got Facinko. I got Karolinko.
Not bad. Not bad.
Back.
And you're early going.
And a little spring for Utah here at home. Hey, they got to get game 3 or else this baby's over. Good start for the Jazz as they have a 6-point lead. As the Knicks beat the Lakers for the 1970 NBA title, Frazier had 7 rebounds, too, to go with the 36 and 19.
When you're watching Utah Jazz, they have a different type of an offense, a lot of movement and down screen. They're very active. They put a lot of pressure on their big people to be the assist people from the foul line area.
Kobe missed that. Kobe is kind of taking the same approach LeBron did in game 3. Much more assertive with his shot. He's taken 8 already here tonight. Ball deflected by Fisher and out of bounds. I want to tell you a quick story about that Knicks-Lakers 70 game. Phil Jackson was on that Knicks team. He was injured and not playing. And Phil told us a great story I've never heard yesterday. He said in the locker room, before Reed comes out, there are 4 people. Danny Whalen, the legendary Knicks trainer, their head coach, Red Holtzman, Willis Reed, obviously, and Phil. As Darren Williams misses, rebound by Gasol. So Phil says, Willis gets on the table, Danny Whalen's about to give him the shot, and what's Phil doing? Phil has a camera, and he takes pictures of it. And Red Holtzman looks at him and says, I don't ever want to see those pictures.
That's right.
Well, Phil still has the pictures, and he was one of the witnesses to the shot that gave Reed the opportunity to play, and one of the great moments in NBA history that we celebrate the 40th anniversary of here tonight.
Mike, both teams struggling with their shot, not shooting a high percentage. Give the defensive rebounding pluses at both ends. Only 1 or 2 offensive rebounds.
Rebound by Boozer, who's only taken 1 shot thus far. Taking 2, missed them both.
Now, they've had 3 opportunities for layups. They're 0 for 3. And these are the things that mount up as you move over the 48 minutes when you play the Lakers.
Gasol doesn't get that shot off, so no other Laker yet to make a basket. Kobe has all 4 of the makes, but he's got more than half of the team's attempts. So what do you think about that, Hubie? A game 3 on the road, and your superstar wants to come out and set the tone early on.
Well, that's fine, as long as he shoots a good percentage and the rest of the people feel that they're still part of the chemistry. That's the biggest thing.
Beautiful roll across the lane by Pau Gasol. Boy, his addition meant so much to Los Angeles over the last 2.5 seasons. It's a 4-point Utah lead.
Well, with Gasol and Bynum, both guys are shooting over 60% in this series. So consequently, you cannot forget about your strength in game 1 and 2 has been your big people. That's why we said not only did they score 46 points, Gasol, Bynum, and Odom per game, but they're giving you 39 rebounds, and they're 11 offensively between 3 guys. Then they're also giving you 8 blocks. You want them to work at the other end, you got to feed them at the offensive end.
Miles from outside missed, rebounded by Lamar Odom. I know Jamal Crawford in Atlanta won the 6th man, but how valuable this guy is to one of the best teams in the league. 3rd best record in the NBA behind Cleveland and Orlando. Kobe's foul before his drive by Miles.
Now, in games 1 and 2, as many times as you can post Kobe, whether it's in the low box of the triangle or whether it's on the foul line extended on the weak side, it's better for you because now he's so quick they can't get to him on the double team and he can explode to the rim. Now, we told you that he made 17 to 18 foul shots in games 1 and 2, and that is a major plus.
Well, his aggression has meant Miles picks up 2 fouls, and a good score for Utah goes to the bench. Odom misses from the top. Wesley Matthews came back in for Miles. Darren Williams, Carlos Boozer, they've made good music together on this Jazz team since Williams was drafted out of Illinois 5 seasons ago.
It's difficult for Boozer to operate low when he has either Gasol or Bynum playing him. It's extremely hard for him to get the shots on the move up over the top of them in the paint. You got to explore this, Mike.
Yeah, Millsap giving away a lot of size. Matthews came for help, but too late. Hubie, Paul Millsap plays his heart out, but he's 6'8", and Odom is 6'10" with the long arms.
Long arms. He can get that shot anytime he wants down inside.
Boozer up at Odom, and there's another shot block inside by the Lakers. Fisher in transition for 2.
They're methodical. They're very methodical. If the break isn't there, they're going to come down slow, and they're going to pick you apart in the 2-on-3 and then on the 4-on-3 type of situation. And then if they don't have it, they'll take their time and get in a triangle.
Nice feed inside for Karolinko for the dunk.
I like what we're seeing from Karolinko. Not only on the offensive boards, Mike, but he's moving extremely well in traffic without the ball.
Andre Karolinko, 4 points, 4 rebounds, and Phil Jackson will take a timeout here with 1:30 left in the opening quarter. So he comes back after missing 23 of the last 25 and has a big impact.
Now, Fisher right now, we all know that on the break, you've got to get to him early because he'll shoot the 3 on the move or the long jumper. Now, this is Karolinko moving beautiful on the baseline area as his man tries to help out. Now, Derek Fisher played here for a season. I like what he had to say. They are 2 great coaches. They are 2 great systems, and the team rely on the greatness of the coaches to keep you in the system. I like it.
Right.
And they're both different. One is a triangle offense with a lot of movement. The other is a 1-3-1, and then also baseline movement. Right now, give Utah a ton of credit. The Lakers are shooting 36%, and they only have 2 offensive rebounds. Now, why is that big? In the first 2 games, the Lakers crushed them with 14 offensive boards and second chance points.
Kobe's out now. Shannon Brown is in. Missed the outside shot, missed the inside shot. Odom keeping the trip alive with Fisher.
Now, come on, Kober can't let that happen. You've got to dive for the ball. You were right there. Remember, you know that they're going to tap the ball out, so be alive.
The length of Karolinko right there. He denied that skip pass by Gasol, and a foul called on Lamar Odom of Los Angeles. Is first. You mentioned Kyle Korver here being checked in for the Jazz and doubled Gasol here.
Well, you can see the movement defensively by the Jazz is excellent. You never question the defensive effort or the hustle in this building. They're going to be all over making the first rotation and then the second.
Korver to Millsap to the basket. And he's fouled, but I know the guy sitting to my right liked that because he went up strong with 2 hands in the playoffs.
That's right, and he had a chance for a 3-point play. Watch him attack this rim. He's saying, I don't care who you are, whether you're coming for that shot block or not. I'm going with 2 hands to give myself a chance.
And got Lamar Odom with 2 fouls. So that'll bring Kobe off the bench. One more for Millsap. We mentioned tomorrow on ABC. Cleveland up 2-1, taking on Boston. And on TNT tomorrow night, the Phoenix Suns look to sweep the Spurs in San Antonio. Their coverage will begin at 7:30. Tip time just after 8. Goran Dragic last night. Wow. How about that?
That was exciting. Very happy for the young man.
Yeah.
And at the end of the game, the reaction of his peers circling him and picking him up, and it was absolutely beautiful.
Followed by Steve Nash telling, hey, let's not celebrate too much, guys. Let's get ourselves in the locker room. I love that whole scene. I was right there with you. Gasol spins baseline on Millsap. Nope. Wesley Matthews the rebound.
Now, there's a lot of pressure on Utah. They're small out there right now.
Darren Williams was a blur going by us and forced Derek Fisher to foul him. That's the uniqueness of Williams, the size and this.
Now, this guy is much quicker than you think. A lot of people coming out of college question his speed. That was, Jerry Sloan said, that was the most impressive thing. We never realized he was that quick. Not only is he quick, he has outstanding upper body strength. He's a terrific 3-point shooter, great mid-range guy, and then going to the rim, he can take the contact and finish.
This is that free throw coach. He's a second-team All-NBA performer, and in that series against Denver, playing a guy who's certainly not chopped liver. Chauncey Billups really lifted this undermanned Utah team over the Nuggets.
Now, Jerry Sloan, this is the first time he's had this luxury. He's playing small ball right now with Korver in the backcourt, Matthews up at small forward, and then also you have Karolinko and Millsap as your 2 biggest guys against Odom and Gasol. You are giving away a ton of size.
And Jordan Farmar has now come in for Los Angeles. Shannon Brown from the outside. He's off. The Lakers have been off from the outside. There's a 1-second difference in the shot clock. And Farmar sees it, recognizes it, and pulls it out to take it to the end of the quarter. Lakers only 7 of 23 shooting in this first quarter. Bryant doubled. Brown stumbled, ran into Williams, and on the rebounding action we have a whistle, and Shannon Brown was covering his head. 3 bodies on the floor, and the foul is on Utah.
Now, that's too bad. That's too bad. Jerry Sloan is very upset. You would have liked to have just seen maybe a no call in this situation. This was outstanding rotation by Utah. Just look at this. They take the charge bump right here. They don't get that. Then, if you're going to say that was a push, that could have been a loose ball foul. Either way, because you had a hit on a guy who was already down on the floor.
Gasol has been great at the free throw line in this series. 16 of 18 now. It's the first Laker free throw of the game.
Well, I like what we're seeing. Even though the Lakers are off to a rugged start, they're getting what they want now as they're moving on because they're working through the low post area.
That foul, by the way, was on Kirilenko, his first. 6.9 in the quarter, no foul to give. The speed of Williams sets up Matthews, who's blocked by Artest. 1.4 to go. That's about 4 or 5 shot blocks from the Lakers already in the first quarter.
Now, this is a catch, and you can get one dribble and a shot. You can get up, but it's got to be quick.
Korver to trigger. It'll be Williams at the end of the quarter. Did he get it off? No. No foul as well, which is what the fans and the Utah bench wants as the first quarter comes to an end. Kobe took a lot of shots early. The rest of the team did not have it. 3 of 16 from the field. Well, Utah scored 23 in quarter 1 of games 1 and 2. They get 22 here tonight. Well, the 2 All-NBA performers, first and second team, Kobe and Darren Williams, leading the way for their teams. And after 1 in game 3, the Jazz at home lead by 5.
Back in Salt Lake for Game 3, joined by Lakers head coach Phil Jackson. Coach, before the game, you told your team they've played plenty of Game 3 years. They know what to expect, but so far, what's your biggest concern?
Well, they're going real hard to the basket. They've hit some threes. All those things better on the home court.
Now, how do you capitalize on your size advantage inside?
Well, they're coming down double teaming us, and our guys have to get the ball out quick. We have to penetrate.
Phil, thanks for your time.
And thank you, Heather. And that's part of the reason Utah with the double teams, not as much from those big scoring. You'd be holding the Lakers to 17. They haven't had a first quarter lead in the last 5 meetings, regular and postseason.
Mike, the defense has been excellent. The Lakers are shooting 29%. And just think about this now. They have only shot 2 foul shot attempts. They're averaging 31 foul shot attempts in games 1 and 2. So that stat alone is terrific.
Ronnie Price, the backup point guard out of Utah Valley State, is in. Korver with a free look. Boy, he needs that. Kyle Korver is a, can I say grape shooter?
Yes.
He's a grape shooter, but he's not hit his early shots and he's not getting looks. He needs confidence early on.
The number 1 3-point shooter in the league, shooting over 53% this year. He's 2 for 10 in games 1 and 2.
Kobe knocks down a 3 from the outside. They're going to need to review that. I think that was a toe on the tape, too. That will be reviewed at the next dead ball.
When you look at the Lakers, Kobe is the only player with more than 1 field goal. He has 5 field goals right now. Oh, you got to miss him. They just missed Matthews. He was wide open.
Guarded by Jordan Farmar. Wesley takes him right across the lane. Count it. And 1 for Wesley Matthews.
Mike, they'll run that baseline stuff and post up Matthews, and they'll also post up Darren Williams. Anytime that they get Fisher or Farmar down here, they know no double team, we're taking you strong to the rim.
How in the world does an undrafted rookie end up being a starter in the NBA for 48 games? Well, Wesley Matthews has the pedigree. I mentioned his dad. He's got that intensity. And right from Summer League, Jerry Sloan saw something in this guy that he liked.
Mike, 6'5", a tough guy, a great defender. I'm talking about a guy who needed a basket. Ron Artest was 1 for 10 in threes before he just made that long jump. He was out early here tonight.
Matthews, routine, Korver, who took Shannon Brown to the box. And gets 2, so Korver hits back-to-back field goal.
Now, we have 2 coaches here who are extremely cerebral about mismatches. And you're seeing already early of going to guys who have an advantage in the post.
I'm glad you made that point because not just the coaches, but it's demanded as Farmar misses of the guys who play for them. You have to have a great basketball IQ to play on these teams. Shannon Brown on a dive inside makes it 29-24.
I know Jerry Sloan was very upset about the second chance points in games 1 and 2. And there's another case of that right there. That is their 5th offensive rebound now.
Oh, there you go. Piled Korver, a deep three. Hubie told you about this great shooter out of Creighton, who this year hit 59 of his 110 three-point shots.
It's nice to see him shooting free and easy, Mike.
Matthews blocks Kobe, and they're rocking in Utah. Ronnie Price.
There you go. I like the freedom tonight, Mike. They've been pushing hard. They're much better fast breaking in this building. They average 107 a game in this building, only 100 on the road.
Foul by Matthews trying to beat Kobe to the spot. That'll be his first, and here's the block he had last trip.
Now remember, Matthews is 6'5". Now Kobe's got size on him, but out of college, Matthews an excellent defender. Ronnie Price will push the action. Sometimes he'll shoot a little too quick, but in that area, that's an easy range shot.
And it's back-to-back plays by undrafted guys against the defending NBA champions. Farmar missed the three. Lakers shot is off. Price on the push. He's fouled by Farmar out here at midcourt. Hubie, the second unit for the Lakers has given up leads. Now, they weren't leading tonight, but the second unit hasn't played well in the first two games. Phil kept Kobe with the second unit in game two, doing it again here tonight.
Well, you have to do it. And also you have Bynum out there. He's not comfortable with the rotations. Now, a year ago and the year before that, years 1 and 2, the bench was extremely productive. Great 9-man rotation. Three-point shooting, open floor, great defense. Well, we have not seen it at all this year. It's been up and down.
Boozer, floater.
They need him to go.
Millsap inside. And a foul. No basket. It's a 10-point lead, and remember, at this timeout, they're going to review the Kobe three that I thought may have been a foot on the line. Well, maybe an 11-point lead. Either way, it's loud, and they're on their feet in Salt Lake City.
It's the coaching staff and then the players coming here and fitting in to the chemistry and then being coachable and then also being accountable. But give upper management, player personnel, and then also your president at draft day making these types of selections. Once the draft is over, free agency, and then in trades, picking up guys who have not reached their potential. That is a talent, and you got to give them a lot of credit here.
Kevin O'Connor, the general manager,
yes.
A lot of that as well. You see on the board, the Lakers have gone from 24 to 23. Kobe's three was put back to a 2, as we thought live. They checked Ron Artest's deep shot, and he had just a big toe on the tape, so that was a 2 as well. So the Jazz have their largest lead of the series here at 13.
Mike, the big thing right now, the bench people from Utah, 17-4 against Lakers. That is a major difference.
Artest pitched it out. Shannon Brown able to knock down the outside shot. Many thought he was just kind of a throw-in in the trade with Adam Morrison for Vladimir Radmanovic. Brown's become a key rotation guy for the Lakers over the last couple of years. Former Sparty out of Michigan State. Good defense here by Brown on Matthews, who goes inside. Couldn't get the putback, and Farmar takes it away. Nobody stopped the ball, and Farmar side.
Yeah, too easy. Easy at both ends. The guys that are out on the floor right now are not stopping the dribblers, and they're coming in from the perimeter and getting into the paint.
Brown has scored the last 6 points. It's a good matchup here with Brown and Matthews. Kobe gave Korver no airspace to put up a shot. So it's Boozer over Bynum.
Now that's big. That makes him 2 for 6. They've got to get him going. He's such an inspirational guy in the post-up area. If he gets it going, it opens up the cutting routes for other players once the double team comes.
Bynum doubled. Farmar inside. Nice finish. So Farmar and Shannon Brown, Hubie, stepping up here over the last couple of minutes.
Well, these are just things that can't happen. If there is a switch, a big man cannot allow a guard to come down in and receive a pass 1 foot from the basket. Come on, you got to play him on a top side or front.
Korver just a little space, and he knocks down the three over Bryant. 4 for 4 with 2 threes for Kyle Korver.
Could not have happened to a better kid who works very hard at his profession. The building needs it, the team needs it, everyone needs this shot in the arm.
They're doubling Kobe. The rotation comes. Kobe beats it going baseline, and he finishes over Millsap. So he has 3 Utah players paying attention to Kobe. He just slips in for the hoop.
Well, he did that very quickly. He left Matthews standing at the gate.
Again, Boozer on Bynum. He gets doubled. And it's Ronnie Price. Just the outside 3. Mike Tirico, Hubie Brown, Heather Cox with you. Saturday night here in Salt Lake City. It's Game 3 of the Western Conference semifinals. Jordan Farmar and the Laker bench picking up the slack for their second team, which has struggled in the first 2 games. LA trying to join Phoenix up 3-0 in these Western Conference semifinals as the defending champs have trailed by as many as 13, back within 7. Millsap going to get to the line with a couple of free throws.
Mike, when this guy came in the league, meaning Millsap, he was a rugged rebounder. We know he led the nation, in rebounding for 3 straight years. But the big key is he's very active. He's averaging 5 offensive rebounds in this series. But at 6'8", he'll challenge. He's also improved shooting the jump shot out to 17 feet. So you've got to guard him and, play him clean, one-on-one.
Love what he's been able to do. Let me remind you, over on ESPN tomorrow night, Sunday Night Baseball, Yanks have had a good couple of days up at the Fens to try to knock off the Red Sox one more time, and then they'll head to Detroit to take on the Tigers at Comerica Park. So that's the Yankees against the Sox tomorrow night, the Tigers on Monday night over on ESPN. Millsap misses his first free throw. The Utah lead is 8. Great home team, Utah, again this year, 32-9. The double leaves Farmar free on the left side. Ground travel as we hit a timeout.
The rotations have been quick, and they're double teaming Kobe every time. Once he makes that pass, they close out quick.
About halfway through quarter number 2. Jazz have only turned it over once here in beautiful downtown Salt Lake.
Joe was a great player. In fact, is still a great player. Joe, Kobe grew up in the locker room with you at shoot-arounds, was really exposed to every aspect of the game. What do you think he learned by watching you as a pro that's helping him now as a pro?
Well, I think just having patience, and I think he understands how to play the game. I think that's probably the most important thing. I mean, when he was a kid, we talked about him using his weak hand, being able to go left the same way you go right. So I think that's probably the most important thing.
And you certainly are not far removed from the game. In fact, you scored 30 points playing in Italy when you were 50 years old. So where do the Lakers need to improve tonight so far?
Well, I need to sign me to a 10-day contract. I got about 6 points, about 6 fouls. No, but the Lakers are playing well. I mean, they're long. We just hope that our bigs try to get more involved in the game. I think Bynum hasn't scored yet, and I think maybe Powell has a couple of points. So the important thing for our bigs to get involved tonight.
And we'll get you a jersey, too. Now, Kobe, not just your son, but one of the greatest players to ever play the game. For us mortals, describe the emotions of what it's like watching him from both of those perspectives.
Well, for me, it's easy because I played the game and I understand the emotional roller coaster, I understand the game. For the wife and other family members, it's like listening to Patti LaBelle sing, which is that high note. You just get all excited. But I'm pretty cool at the games.
So far, cool and reserved. Jelly Bean, thanks for your time. Enjoy the rest of the game.
Thank you. Thank you.
Heather, thank you very much. He's got the stats down pat because, as on cue, his son knocks down the outside shot. Those big guys of Bynum, Gasol, and Lamar Odom were only 2 of 7, but Hubie, Shannon Brown, and Jordan Farmar carrying the Lakers in the second quarter.
Right now, Corver's got to start paying attention here to Farmar. And also Shannon Brown. Anytime that he gets switched out on him, he's got to close him off and stop giving up the 3. Now, right now, Kobe is on fire. He has a good feeling. All right, he's 7 for 12 from the field, and he just has it going big time. Major thing, just like Jelly Bean said, Gasol and Bynum, they are not getting enough shot attempts. 2 guys who are shooting 62 and 65%. They only have 4 shots between them.
Darren Williams comes to the line. You'll get one more. Amazing is being here. Season tickets 2010-2011 on sale now. Go to NBA.com/tickets to reserve your seats. The NBA, where amazing happens. This building packed as usual. Another sellout crowd of 19,000. Sold out 21 times, half the regular season. And the nights they weren't packed, there weren't many seats to be had.
I like what we're seeing with Utah. They're gotten to the line now. They're 11 for 13 from the line. The Lakers, averaging 31 attempts a game in games 1 and 2, have only been to line. They are 2 for 2.
And the Lakers are over the limit with 4 minutes left in the quarter. Fisher wide left. Darren Williams back. Oh, what a move on Fisher. Bryant keeps it from a Korver open jumper. And in transition, here go the Lakers with Kobe. Spinning on Korver for another 2. So Kobe carrying this team here tonight. 17 points. He has 8 of the Lakers' 18 field goals.
Well, that was just a great deflection, Mike. And then the fact that he ran it down. And then also at the other end, ran a beautiful spin move.
Williams going to go the other way. Fisher was crowding him, gave him no space, but draws the foul on his former teammate.
Yeah, Jerry Crawford felt that he reached in. When he reached over, he caught Fisher. And that was Joey's angle. Now keep an eye on it. Now watch how he comes right back into Fisher. So he came right back and caught him with that elbow on the chin. Now, if you didn't get hit with the elbow, you're saying, hey, that was a flop. Okay.
Odom gets the defensive attention, and Brown from the outside misses. Millsap the rebound. So all these doubles are coming. It's up to the outside guys to hit the shot.
That's right. Now the big thing is the old story. Can you continue to shoot a high percentage from that distance?
Boozer misses from the side. Carlos is 3 of 8 from the field. As we dive toward the 3-minute mark here in Game 3. Lakers won Game 1 by 5. Won Game 2 by 8. They've been down 13 here tonight. Kobe stepping back from Miles. 9 of the 19 Los Angeles field goals tonight.
Remember we told you now. Oh, great move.
Williams fouled. Shannon Brown's looking for the call on Williams, protecting with the left arm, but D. Will's going to come to the line.
Now, Kobe, remember we told you, is averaging right over 5 turnovers in games 1 and 2. Coaching staff talked to him, told him, do the pull-up. Pull up and shoot the long jumper, the short jumper. Now, right here, this guy is nothing but a moving motor. Mike, the bench play has been very important in this second quarter. Right now, Utah Jazz 21-16 in bench play.
And these guys, Hubie, Brown and Farmar, have done as much in the first half as they did in the first 2 games.
Yeah, I like what you're seeing. Phil has shortened his rotation. They're only playing 8 guys. And then at the other end, Jerry Sloan is rotating 9. Big thing, Utah's been able to stay ahead now because that is their 12th foul shot make. And they also have made 5 threes. Now, it's been a clean game. Both teams only have 3 turnovers.
Very clean. You're right. We should point out, for the people who have not watched a lot of this series or the Utah-Denver series, just a reminder, Utah's playing without their starting center. Mehmet Okur ruptured his Achilles quarter 1 of game 1 of the series against Denver. And you're talking about a guy who's so versatile. He has the size and the length defensively. Is a 3-point shooter on the outside as Fisher knocks down a 3 to get the Lakers within 4. So that's a big subtraction off the rotation for Utah against the best team in the West, the defending NBA champs. Kirilenko, Boozer, and Millsap up front with Williams and Matthews. Williams going to go the other way.
I see that's a tough call. Now, Williams has got to be careful here right now so he doesn't get a technical. Now, that's the second time they've run that. Now, the other time, he got right in and scored. Now, this one, keep an eye. Now, you got to see whether or not. Now, that's a little bit of a flop. There's no doubt about that. See, he catches him, and then he spun right off of him. Now, if I'm an offensive player, I got to say something to Joey also.
Joey Crawford, lead official here tonight. He's worked nearly 260 playoff games. On this turnover, it's on the deck with Matthews and Fisher fighting for it in the jump ball between those 2.
Now, give Fisher a lot of credit. That could have been a 3-on-1. They were out running hard. Fisher goes to the floor, keeps this alive for the Lakers. Just watch here. You get a nice deflection. Unfortunately, they just do not get a clean pickup.
Derek Fisher, 4 NBA titles. In his second tour of duty with the Lakers was here in Utah. And we'll detail the story a little bit later on of Derek Fisher's time here in Utah when his daughter was diagnosed with eye cancer, retinoblastoma. To get the best possible care for her, he requested in the later... goes to Kirilenko for a dunk. The tip went in the wrong direction for Fish, and Kirilenko gets the 2.
First of all, I thought they were going to tap it back into the cup, which was there, and they surprised them by winning the tap and going forward. Great play.
Fisher tries to make him pay on this end. He missed the 3. Derek asked for his release from Utah so he could be somewhere where his daughter could get her best care, as Williams goes right past him for the 2 to extend the lead out to 8. Fisher has ended up back with the Lakers and has played such a pivotal role the last 3 years. Oh, Williams called for his 3rd foul, and he can't believe it. Runs away from Greg Willard. Runs to the bench, takes his seat because he knows he's coming out.
Anytime that you blow by Fisher and you get in the lane and score, and he gets the ball, he's going to push it quickly down and take a quick shot, Mike. And there was 1 minute and 20-some-odd seconds to go here. Now, you see, you never foul him in that situation. You just can't. You can't foul a guy. Now, if it was that close, okay, if it was that close and the referee is standing there, the contact could be anywhere from the shoulder down. He didn't have to get him on the hand.
And one of the reasons we point out Fisher's time here with Utah, he knows all the Utah plays. He was also here when that guy, Darren Williams, was a very young player. So he knows all of Williams' stuff as well. And it's a very difficult battle, both physical guards. And, you know, Fisher can get under your skin, so can Darren. And right now the fouls are going against Williams. All 3 that he's picked up have been because of Fisher.
Yes. How about when he came out? They got him at the bottom of the 1st round. Everyone said, whoa, whoa, whoa. You know, University of Arkansas, Little Rock. He's only been around 14 years, Mike. President of the Players Association. Just a terrific professional. But most of all, he knows how to win.
Yeah. You see it in little things like that, what you saw here these last couple of trips. He has 8. The Laker guards are keeping them in it here in this first half. 5-point game. Ronnie Price off the bench for Fisher, who deflected that pass, and there's 8 to shoot. QB, the guards have 41 of the Laker 49 points here tonight.
Now that's unexpected, mainly because the big 3, Gasol, Bynum, and Odom have dominated in games 1 and 2.
Josh Powell is coming. Carlos Boozer's going to go to the bench. He has 2 fouls. You think it's to keep him from getting 3?
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah. Jerry's in there. Bring in Pasenko, and then not worry about Boozer picking up that 3rd.
So Millsap, Pasenko, Kirilenko.
Oh, you got to get going here.
2 to shoot. Millsap a step back. Pasenko goes up to keep it alive, and it's going to stay down here, I believe. That was last touched by Josh Powell, who just checked in for the Lakers. Let me remind you, T-Mobile halftime report is coming up when this minute of the second quarter is done with Stuart Scott, Magic Johnson, John Barry, Michael Wilbon. Highlights of Game 3. Have the Hawks shown up yet? And Kobe Bryant reveal, all coming up on the T-Mobile halftime report.
Now this is a challenge right now. Who's your scorer out here? See, they're running the old UCLA set right now. 1-3-1 with the pin down and the cut.
Rice, the backup point guard, 10 to shoot. Matthews, the undrafted rookie, slapped away by Brown, 6 to shoot. Deep 3, Price. Rebounded by Gasol, 36 to go in the half.
Now, the Lakers played that perfectly.
Here go the other way. Kobe working there for position. Called for the offensive foul.
I like the fact, they fought him down in there. And that's what you have to do once he posts up. You cannot let him just receive the pass. See, Kirilenko says, hey, I'm going to front him, play him on the top side, and now I'm going to force you to make a perfect pass.
I bet you Wesley Matthews wasn't going to get that foul. Undrafted rookie. Kirilenko in the league 9 years. He can get away with a little bit more, right?
Absolutely. Come on, he's an all-defensive player.
5 seconds the difference.
He's got a little rep.
Yes, he does. Game and shot clock here in the half. Matthews taken away by Bryant, chased by Price.
He's going to score here.
Price grabs him and fouls him. So Kobe will do it from the line with 4 seconds left in this first half.
Main thing is that when you get to this part of the game and you get to this part of the shot clock, whatever at the end of the quarter, you have to understand the percentage play. Now this is a good move. You're going to force Kobe to go to the line. We told you coming into this game, in games 1 and 2, Kobe's averaging 9 foul shot attempts, and he's shooting 94%.
20 of the team 50, but you pointed out, Hubie, when Williams got that 3rd, And then he took out Boozer so he wouldn't get a second. What's the first thing you said? Who's going to score for you?
That's correct.
And these last trips have been bad.
Right, you got a lot of soldiers out there, but you don't have the general. You're going to go to the close. Now, you have plenty of time here. The main thing is don't waste time in the backcourt.
Pasenko.
Oh, great pitch out.
Kirilenko trying to beat the clock. He took the lob, and he needs to shoot it. Not going to count, and the half is going to come to an end. 54-40. Utah's going to take a locker room lead after 24 minutes. What have you seen so far from Kirilenko?
Well, I like Kirilenko and Korver. They came in the game, they're 7 for 9. They gave them 16 quick points. So the bench was able to have a +7, 23-16 in bench play. Big key right now, can Utah do the job defensively inside and then also defend the perimeter game?
Same 10 men that started the game, start the third quarter. C.J. Miles working inside on Gasol, got around him and a chance at a three-point play.
Now that was a big-time move. Not only did he make that strong move with his right hand, he's left-handed. He comes right back with his left hand into the face of a shot blocker. Now Gasol, we told you, Bynum, Gasol, and Odom have been blocking between them 8 shots a game, and the Lakers as a whole, 10 a game.
Miles, who committed to Texas out of high school, Skyline High School in Dallas, but then decided to go right to the NBA, went to the same high school as Larry Johnson, and has blossomed here in these playoffs. 20 points in Game 2 on Tuesday night. Gasol over Bynum, and Pau Gasol gets his second field goal and just his 5th shot.
Yeah, he can make that shot. Anytime that he gets hit in the post and turns and spins, you have to close him down because he'll just shoot that jump shot.
Step back Matthews, short on the 3. There's Boozer with an offensive rebound.
Now coming in here now, Matthews has attempted 5 threes a game in games 1 and 2, shooting 60%. Hey! Hey! Everyone's been waiting for that.
Kirill Pasenko, the third-year man of the Ukraine, limited playing time, obviously, because of the injury to Mehmet Okur. He's been playing, goes to the basket for points 5 and 6 in the series. Kobe misses the free 3, and Pasenko gets the rebound.
If Pasenko will just do that, block out, push Bynum out, so they do not get the second shot attempt, he will be worth his weight in gold.
Miles with a running left-hander. We'll go back the other way here with Kobe, who was 9 of 14 from the field. Really set the offensive tone in the first half with Pasenko waiting, and Matthews, the foul is called.
What a great move by Kobe. A little hesitation and a reverse. Keep an eye now right in the middle of your screen. Nice catch and send it down with both hands. In the first half, he missed 2 opportunities because he got caught behind the backboard and couldn't make the score. Now watch Kobe. This is just beautiful. But the nice hesitation and then the explosion into the paint was beautiful to watch.
Kobe has missed 2 free throws here in the game so far. He had only missed 1 free throw in the first 2 games.
Well, 17 for 18 came in, and I was hoping that the finger was, not bothering at all. But we can see tonight, he has distance tonight. In games 1 and 2, he only attempted 3 threes. But I like his game. His game tonight is 18 to 20 feet.
You have the left ankle that has bothered Bryant, the right knee, the right index finger. Arthritis creeping into that finger as well. Williams getting inside at will, but you don't have as adept a catcher and finisher waiting with Pasenko, and it becomes a turnover for Utah. Gasol, that's 14.5-footer, and you saw that, Hubie, when you coached him at Memphis. What a complete offensive game he had.
Mike, he gave a little ball fake, and Boozer went for the ball fake. All he did was just spin out. Boozer was looking to go for the man who was cutting.
Lakers led 2-0. It's been mostly Utah leading ever since by as many as 13. Artest, who's been quiet here tonight, called for the foul.
Well, a couple of guys have been quiet, Mike. Artest is 1 for 3. Bynum does not have a shot attempt. At the other end, Matthews, who's been scoring in double figures for you, is only 1 for 5. You'd like to see him get going because he's so athletic.
Wesley Matthews had 14 points in the first 2 games. As the top rookie scorer in these playoffs. Williams has to be careful. He has 3 fouls. When he gets that 4th, if he gets that 4th, it's going to be a big story. 3 with the shot clock running down. second offensive board for Boozer. Nice find inside. Boozer with the length of Bynum there as a deterrent at the rim.
Now you can see the difference in size there. Boozer's only 6'8", 6'9", and then the big guys don't even jump.
Masenko blocks Bynum from behind.
Now that was beautiful. He timed that perfectly to get a piece of that dunk.
Gasol, good overplay to take it away from Boozer. That's back-to-back good defensive plays.
We need to cut the sloppiness out of this game right now.
Come on, I'm giving defense credit here. Artest ambling on toward the basket. There's going to be no basket. Foul on the floor as Artest hits the floor. Been an interesting year, Hubie, for Kobe Bryant. NBA Entertainment did a great show, a documentary on the Lakers that aired on ESPN. It had a lot of Kobe interacting with Artest, trying to help Ron along in understanding the nuances of the triangle offense. It's not the most difficult offense to understand, but the nuances are very tough, and Artest candidly has struggled this year to find his fit.
Well, a lot of guys do because they've never played anything close. Now this guy is answering the bell here in this building tonight. He is just, now there's another long three for him.
We call that a 2.
Oh, they gave him a 2?
Yep.
All right, well, the main thing is that he's not hesitating on the kick out.
Nope. Boozer, free throw line. Utah needs a basket, doesn't get it. Lakers can tie or take the lead 4 minutes into the third quarter. Kobe using the Gasol screen. From the top, Bryant, guarded by Matthews. For 3 and the lead, Kobe Bryant. And the Jazz will take a timeout across midcourt. They've scored the last 8, and the pocket of Laker fans here in Salt Lake City letting their team know about it.
Mike, this is about shot selection. Lakers are getting excellent looks at one end, and at the other end, everything is a little bit hurried and a little bit long. Keep an eye on Fisher right here. This is an excellent ball fake. He gets Williams to take a step back, and he shoots the jumper in your face. Now Kobe right here knocks down another 3. He's got it tonight. He's got the range without a problem.
As they've retaken the lead, 10 points for Derek Fisher. I mentioned he played for the Utah Jazz, and tomorrow is the 3-year anniversary of one of the most emotional playoff nights in recent memory. Remember Fisher, we told you earlier about the cancer his daughter was battling at that time, his less than a year-old daughter. They were in New York for treatment, flew back out here, came into the game in the third quarter against Golden State, hit those 3-point shots, forced an 8-second violation. Very emotional day as Utah won. Of course, after that season, they moved to LA, and Heather can update us on Derek's daughter, Tatum, who was the centerpiece of that emotional night 3 years ago.
Derek said that experience has made him grow and mature in ways he cannot measure. He said, I've discovered new parts of me, places I couldn't go without loving someone else unconditionally and putting others before myself. Now, it's been 3 years since Tatum's diagnosis, operation, and treatment, and I'm happy to report with 2 additional rounds of chemotherapy, she's regained almost 50% of the vision in her eye, and yes, the cancer is in remission.
That's great news, Heather. It was a wonderful night to watch. Derek Fisher, as I mentioned, his second tour of duty with the Lakers, 4-time champion, 3rd all-time 3-point field goals made in the NBA Finals. He always seems to hit that big shot, Hubie, and you know, not enough can be said for the late owner of the Utah Jazz, Larry Miller, who, after that all happened, and Derek said, look, can you please trade me to one of several teams?
That's right.
He said, you know what, we'll release you and allow you to go to the place where you can get the best care for your daughter and continue basketball. I don't think they thought Fisher had 3 years like this left in him basketball-wise, but as a person, it was the right thing to do.
Yes, it was.
His court now named after Larry Miller after he passed away last year. And the great impact owners in this league and has helped build this franchise. Utah with the free throws after the foul on Artest, back up by 1.
Mike, not only his charity work, but the vision of this building and everything that he did once he purchased this team. First class all the way. And then Jerry Sloan and his staff backing it up. And then the players giving it to the people.
There is Fisher again, another deep 2. He does not get cheered as he did when he first came back with the Lakers, now in this building.
Mike, right now the pressure is on the guards. You have to do a better job right now on Bryant and Fisher because they have 24 and 12 points. They're the only two guys who are scoring double figures for the Lakers at this time.
Boozer on the baseline. Carlos has 8 on just 4 of 11 shooting. A guy who will be a free agent after this season. Although the Jazz have said they'd like to have Boozer back. Gasol. He's short, good. Box out by Boozer of Bynum.
Yeah, and also Wesley Matthews getting back in there to get that ball before it goes out of bounds.
Paul Millsap back in, took the Gasol baseline.
Anytime that he gets Powell 10 feet away from the basket, he's got to think drive first because he can blow right by him. He's too athletic.
First field goal for Millsap, who has his other 7 points at the line. Fisher attacks the basket. And Gasol inside the second time.
These are the things that break your heart in a game like this. You had 3 opportunities to get that ball, especially after the miss of the drive.
Williams doubled, Matthews cutting, and the foul is called. And that Hubie's going to be 14 fouls on the Lakers here halfway through the third quarter.
Now in this one-on-one situation, beautiful fake and then go baseline. No way can Gasol stay with you. At the other end, now see, Powell's not going to give up on this play. He's going to keep banging, and then 7 foot with the long arms, he doesn't really have to leave his feet. He just goes up and controls the ball and scores with that second chance point.
Foul was on Gasol, his second. ABC right here tomorrow, 3 Eastern pregame, 3:30, Game 4 of Cleveland and Boston. The Cavaliers look to go up 3-1, and then tomorrow night on TNT with coverage beginning a half hour before the 8 o'clock tip. The Suns will try to eliminate the Spurs in San Antonio. Phoenix, a big surprise, I think, to many, up 3-0, perhaps in position to get to the Western Conference Finals to take on the Lakers, depending what happens here tonight and Monday. Ron Artest hits just his second three-pointer of this series to square the game at 67.
Give him a lot of credit. He was out here 2.5 hours before the game tonight working on that shot in that area.
A spin by Williams, lucky to find Boozer, who gets the second chance.
That's what they needed. They've been averaging 15 offensive rebounds against the Lakers in this series. We haven't seen it tonight, but in games 1 and 2. They can score because they had 27, 28 points in those 2 games in second chance points.
Millsap up in Gasol's face. Artest confident offensively now. Rebounded by Matthews.
Now Matthews is a tough dude. Artest did not bully him and back him down.
Here's Matthews for 3. On the rebound action, it comes down in the hands of Artest at the 4:55 mark. Kirilenko off the Utah bench.
I'll tell you about Matthews now. He's taken 5 a game here and shooting 60% in threes.
Artest feeling it from the outside. So Ron Artest, who only had 2 at the half, has knocked down back-to-back threes to put the Lakers up 1 again.
Everything is unexpected for the Lakers. Guard play, guard scoring. Now Artest is scoring. The other guys, the big 3, Gasol, Bynum, Odom, hardly doing anything, and here you are in a winnable opportunity.
Fisher calls for the foul. They say he was not vertical as Williams went for the pass, and that will put the Lakers over the limit here at the 4:24 mark. Phil Jackson very unhappy with the call, giving an earful to 22-year veteran official Greg Willard.
Got a nice spin move and a get up. Now that's not a problem. That was an easy call. I mean, not only does he catch him on the elbow area, but also on the forearm.
I was reading Phil's lips. He's talking about travel. He wanted to travel back 2 trips ago offensively. Now, while you're here, let me tell you about something else I've always thought. Coming from Williams. Kirilenko now back in Hubie for Utah.
If Utah's going to get it done from now to the end, they need major production from Williams and Boozer. That will open up the game for the rest of these people moving without the ball and make the game easier.
From the beautiful state of Utah, nothing serene inside Energy Solutions Arena. It speaks to the expectations, and this man has been here now for 10 years with a 1-year hiatus in there. and has maintained the Laker greatness from the Riley days with Magic back in the studio and then back before yesteryear, even the Minneapolis Laker days with George Michael.
Well, you always have to give credit right at the top, starting with ownership, going all the way back. Then the general manager and the vision. The vision to make trades, but also the management to give you the money to bring the people. And it's always been star quality.
Like bringing in Artest this year after Trevor Ariza went to Houston. Artest turns it over. Kirilenko has it. We've had a half dozen lead changes in this third quarter as the Jazz have lost a 13-point lead here tonight. Millsap knocks down the two.
Well, with Millsap and Kirilenko out there, you have two veteran guys that not only are going to help you score, pick up offensive boards, moving without the ball, and then also watch the deflections and the loose balls.
Wesley Matthews guards Kobe, draws the defense, the pitch to Fish, who is right on target tonight. Derek Fisher with 15 points and a couple of triples.
Now, Kobe and Fisher are 4 for 10 in threes tonight. 4 for 10.
7 in the quarter for Fisher. All square at 73. Kirilenko from the outside. And the rebound for Bryant. Kobe backs in, then accelerates on Matthews and draws the foul. And there comes to the free throw line.
Now, anytime that you have Kobe in that post area, that double team guy's got to be quicker. He's got to get there before he gets into the paint. Just keep the move. There's the move. He definitely gets hit, no problem. But the man from the top or on the side. Now, keep an eye on the kick out to the right. Fisher has been great tonight, Mike, on the catch. And not all the catches have been perfect. They've been a lot of them below the waist, but he's been able to catch them and go right up into the shot. Very difficult to do.
Now 5 here for Kobe in the third. Shannon Brown coming in for the Lakers. He'll get, let's see if I was going to get Fisher.
Well, with this small group now with the Lakers, Kobe's playing at that small forward position.
6 in the quarter for Kobe, 26 on the game to lead all scores. Jazz have 5 players in double figures, paced by 16 for Darren Williams. Utah, so good for so long, running their stuff, running their sets. Boozer is doubled and gets the reverse. What a tough basket that was.
Now, Odom came right over. They had him sandwiched. He could not come up on the right side. That was high IQ. He came back underneath and knocked off the shot blockers with the front of the rim.
See if they keep going to Kobe. ISO'd on Wesley Matthews. Millsap went over to help. He blocked Odom. 7 to shoot.
Plenty of time.
Kobe wants this matchup. Rebounded by Williams for Utah. Darren Williams out of Illinois in his 5th year. He was never the star player in high school in his area, not even in his own backcourt at Illinois. People thought D. Brown would be the better player. It's been Williams by far. Off the Millsap miss, here comes Gasol for Los Angeles.
Yeah, Los Angeles defense that time, excellent. Good double teaming, good rotation, forced a bad area.
Kirilenko now guards Bryant this time down. So Gasol settling for that shot. And much more a factor here in this third quarter. Hughie Powell has 8 points in the third.
Well, he's coming to life because he's getting catches. Boozer's trying to help out on other people, and he's playing off him. Once he comes on, he's got to jam Gasol.
Williams for 3. Darren Williams, 3rd in the league in assists. There's always a lot of great sports radio conversation about who's the best point guard in the West. Is it Nash, Chris Paul in New Orleans, Darren Williams? I'll take any one of the bunch.
Absolutely. Depending upon your style of play.
Matthews got knocked down on a screen. They wanted a foul, didn't get one. There's going to be one over here on Boozer. And Carlos commits the foul and then looks at Greg Willard and said, hey, what happened over here? My guy's down, holding his head. Wesley Matthews got knocked down on that screen. 3 on Boozer.
Well, the good thing about the play, whether it's a call, a non-call, a good call, a bad call, is you're taking it out on the side.
Because you're not over the limit.
That's right.
First foul in the last 2. Artest for his 3rd 3 of the quarter. Ron Artest Good morning.
Let's just think about this a second. He was 1 for 10 in threes in games 1 and 2.
But on top of that, Hubie was 7 of 42 for threes in the playoffs. So he's made about half as many three-pointers in the quarter as he had in the first 34 quarters of the playoffs. Korver, he's on fire tonight. Coming right off the bench to knock down another one. 5 of 5 from the field.
Now, that was a herky-jerk shot release, but he was right on the money.
Fisher. Gasol's length over 2 Utah players.
Remember Jerry Sloan telling us today, you have to box out further than what you're normally doing. There was no box out on Gasol that time, and when he stands behind you, he's 7 foot with the long arm. He went right up over the top of Korver and tapped that in.
Derek Fisher not blinking, sizing up the waist to Williams, seeing where the move's going to come. It's going to be a pull-up 3. Off the mark in time for the Lakers with 6.5 to go. No Kobe on the floor for LA here. Jordan Farmar going to check in to get a little more offense at the end of the third.
Big thing right now is the quickness, the penetration of getting up the floor.
Artest hobbling over to the bench. Now you go 3 guards with Brown, Fisher, and Farmar.
You can't let them throw the ball long up the floor. You got to get them to throw back. There you go. Now you got a good chance.
Farmar at Williams with 2 seconds left. Oh, wide open. He's Brown for 3. Korver came out to the top to double. Pretty good quarter. 32 for the Lakers. 26 for Utah. Well, this has been the closest second-round series. Every game's had a little tightness to it. Same way here as we go to the fourth. Fisher with the hoop. He had a big quarter. Lakers by 2. And the NBA on ABC continues after this message and a word.
Back in Salt Lake, where the Lakers have a 2-point lead, joined by Jazz head coach Jerry Sloan. And coach, in the first half, you were really able to contain Pau Gasol. He's been a lot more effective in this third quarter. What adjustments, if any, do you make on him?
Well, we try to keep him on the outside and try to take some of the inside stuff away, but we haven't been very successful getting back and guarding the people on the three-point line. We've got to do a better job of getting to their big people so we get them out of the lane.
Jerry, your 13-point lead was erased. What changed?
Well, I thought we got real casual. That's why I called a timeout. I thought we were real casual in what we were trying to do, and we can't play that way against this team.
Coach, thank you.
And Heather, we thank you. Off we go to the fourth quarter. Nobody in the history of the NBA has rallied from down 3-0 to win a playoff series. So this quarter is essential for the Utah Jazz against the defending NBA champions.
Mike, a big thing now is Pau Gasol. Gasol had 8 points in the quarter, 6 rebounds, but 4 of them at the offensive end. 2 things are happening. The Lakers have 9 threes that they've made, as well as 11 offensive boards. They're starting to make a move in the paint.
Artest, who had a big third quarter, protects it, goes all the way and scores. You know, Ron Artest has seen his offense slip drastically this year at 11 points a game. Such a big score in the playoffs last year for Houston.
Well, 2 guys have stepped up here in the second half. Artest now has 13 points, and Pau has 14. So they're starting to make a move on the front line.
Korver lifting and launching a 3. Kyle Korver has hit every field goal he's taken tonight. 3 of them from downtown. Coming around, C.J. Miles got a piece of Gasol and is called for the foul.
Now keep an eye on Korver here. He's going to come off of Kirilenko. See, on the fade, once you try to double team, they catch Brown trying to help out on the baseline, thinking that he could get in there and make a trap.
Artest and Gasol. Side cleared for Pau. 5 to shoot. Farmar penetrates. It's going to go the other way. Foul on Lamar Odom, who has done nothing here tonight. Odom was just 2 points.
Yeah, that was an easy call. Easy push-off. Big thing right now, when you're looking at the Utah Jazz, You have Price in the backcourt where Korver, and then up front you have Millsap, Kirilenko, and Miles. It'd be nice if Miles could get going here from an offensive standpoint for them.
He's the only player with 4 fouls in the game. Andre Kirilenko gives him a big one. QB, they said they were going to play Kirilenko in 6-minute stretches. I was curious to see, will it be early in the 4th or late in the 4th? Keep an eye on that.
Yeah, he's made major production, and he and Korver have been outstanding.
Off the cut by Shannon Brown. 2nd team foul of the quarter on Utah.
Now, Kirilenko, we know he can score the basketball, but you also have to protect against the fact that he's an excellent passer in this offense. And that's what happened. As soon as he turned and faced that defender, he gave him room, thinking that he was going to pass to the baseline.
We're attacking our test when he puts it on the floor. Boy, that's a shot fake and a half from Farmar. Rebound.
And there you go.
To Utah. Ronnie Price in the push. Going all the way. Shannon Brown the block.
Remember we told you. Shot, degree of difficulty. In the open floor, you can't be quick when you play the Lakers. You have to get good opportunities to score.
Price pushing. Korver lifting again. Got it again!
Wow. He looks like he's back at Creighton. I mean, he is looking to shoot every single time he catches.
Artest to 3. Ron Artest with 4 threes in the second half.
Now that was all because Kirilenko did not chase out. Ron Artest ran from the right side of the floor to the left. Kirilenko stopped in the lane and never went after him. That was a gimme, but give Artest credit. He is knocking him down.
Millsap in the lane over Gasol. Pau got hit by his own man, Odom. He got the rebound.
Yeah, he's stunned.
Artest goes baseline on Miles, who just picked up his 5th personal foul. So Ron Artest inserting himself offensively for the first time in this series has been a huge difference maker in the second half for LA.
I tell you, I like what he's doing. He's going down inside. This is where he goes to the corner, mainly because Kirilenko did not chase out after him, but he's looking to post up here tonight. Now, when he was at Indiana, he was a bear down inside in a post-up situation.
So Miles to the bench with 5. Kirilenko comes out after that 6-minute stretch that he played to see if he's got one more in him. Kobe's coming in next opportunity. You may have heard it mentioned over the last 24 hours of Ron Artest, who was having a tough time shooting his threes. Phil Jackson called him out more than once during these playoffs for his shot selection. And Ron went via Twitter with his displeasure of Phil not coming to him first, but going to the media. And Phil's had Dennis Rodman, so Artest on Twitter is like the JV compared to what Phil has dealt with over the years, you know?
Right.
I mean, check your local tweets after this one.
Now out on the floor with the Utah Jazz. It's primary now that Boozer, once again, we say, they must establish an inside game here with this group.
Darren Williams getting the rest here through the first 3 minutes. Korver, another quick shot. Oh my goodness.
Now, come on.
Whoa.
Come on. Now, the defender tried to make a deflection and then went right past him. He doesn't take a step or anything. One quick bounce, the shot is right up. Great quick release.
Who does he think he is? Dragic from Phoenix last night? Artest so hot, chased off the 3 line, coming inside for 2.
Yeah, but why do you run by him? That should have been a stop. You should have stopped him on the baseline and take the charge. You just can't blow by guys here tonight and guess.
18 and a half for Artest. Price gave up his dribble. Somebody's got to come help him. Korver gets doubled, Boozer over Odom. And when you hit shots on the outside, a world opens for you.
Well, it's different when he has Odom playing behind him than when you have Gasol or Bynum with the size and the long arm. But he has Odom down in there, he'll be attacking low.
What a half. 14 lead changes in this half, and 2 guys who've been struggling with their offense in this series have stepped up in this game.
Love what Korver did right there. Now Artest, give him a lot of credit. Excellent ball fake, and he's attacking the rim off the dribble. The bench play for Utah, so important tonight. 41 points off the bench. Korver with 20, Millsap with 11, Kirilenko with 8, Price with 2. 41-16 in bench points.
So, Hubie, look at the floor as the Lakers come out of the timeout, and none of these guys are afraid of taking a shot here in Game 3, up 2-0 on the road in a hostile environment. Most of them have done it before, especially that guy. And this one, Fisher with a 2. It's the beauty of this team. When you look out there, they can all do it.
The beauty of what we just saw is Fisher drifting to the left corner as Kobe dribbles into the middle of the lane. He did not stay out beyond the three-point line.
Korver, his first miss. Boozer's been good on the offensive glass. Williams, he's not backing down either.
Well, he's 3 for 6 now in threes. We told you now, he has the complete game. Distance, not a factor. We're seeing some great catching and shooting here tonight. Distance, Mike, and you just don't see that at this high percentage.
Boozer slapped it from Gasol, gets it back. The Jazz have 3 team fouls. The Lakers just 1. Artest short on the 2. 2 Lakers there, but because Kobe pushed off, he's called for the loose ball foul. His second. Team second.
We're seeing a lot of scratching. Keep right in the middle of your screen. You're going to see the push. You know, a little bit of a stumble there, but still in all, he did get pushed in the back.
That's a heck of a sell for an undrafted rookie out of Marquette.
Right now, they're running a ton of down screens on the right-hand side. The Lakers defended everyone perfectly.
Millsap lost the dribble as Odom cut him off. It'll go back to the Lakers, 6:41 to go.
It's been difficult on the dribbles on the right side of the floor for Utah in this quarter. Very difficult to shake them in. Good rotations by the Lakers on the baseline to cut it off.
15th turnover of the game.
Oh, 3 on 2.
Williams. Nice find. And the finish at 1.
You love it. You love it when a guard is out on the wing and they go to the basket and they dunk the ball and give you a potential three-point play. This is a great deflection and then reading who's running the lane with you.
It's a heck of a pass, too.
Yes, indeed.
Heck of a pass. Hey, can you just share with everyone what we were talking about this morning over here at Shoot Around? People talk about Darren Williams. Who's the best point guard? Williams and Chris Paul and Steve Nash.
Every one of the 3 that you just mentioned is in the perfect system for their athletic talent. If you're going to be the point guard here, there's a lot of screening. You've got to sacrifice your body down low. You have to be a post-up guy. Not everyone can play and excel as a point guard in this system. It's very physical. But now Nash does what he does, and Chris Paul the same.
Artest shot going off in the last couple. Gasol keeps it alive with a back tap, and that length of the Lakers. Kobe to the basket for 2.
What a step. What a step. That big step on the ball pickup created the space.
Bryant has 28. Backing up games of 31 and 30 in the first 2, won by the Lakers. Looking to go up 3-0. The curling Korver at the pass. Missed with Boozer.
Mike, that's the first time he threw a pass like that, okay? And maybe because Boozer moved. We're going to show you Kobe on that last move. Just watch as he makes his move. Here's the big step right there. That's the separation point.
Mercifully, a terrific game here in the second round.
The defense has improved tremendously. And how about if they get Lopez back?
Yeah.
You know, if they should advance to the next round. Now, that would be interesting. Very talented young man.
Lakers trying to join the Suns up 3-0 in these conference semifinals. Out of the timeout, down 3, halfway through the fourth quarter.
Yeah, this is interesting because he can overpower him.
Odom at the basket, blocked by Millsap, but the 4th team foul on the Jazz. And in the act, a couple of free throws coming.
When you come out of a timeout, this is what you're looking for. They knew they would have a mismatch right there. And the nice, unselfish pass-off by Artest to get the ball to Odom. They know that Korver cannot begin to play Artest in the low post of the triangle.
Slow offensive night for Lamar. Here's what Phil Jackson's been talking about in the last few timeouts.
They do spacing. Stay poised with the basketball. Keep your active hands and feet. You guys got your hands on some balls, knocking it around. Look to run when you recover. Come on now. It's the defense that wins.
Remember now, in the second half, Kobe had 20 at the half. We played a quarter and a half. Kobe has only had 4 shot attempts.
Third missed free throw by LA tonight. Utah's missed 2. Nice. Williams around Fisher. Good deflection by Derek, 7 to shoot. Korver, Matthews, a 3. Deflecting to Gasol.
That was a little rush, but good ball movement. The deflection caused a loss of precious time.
Gasol, 14 points, 15 boards, by the way.
So you got to go back in. Artesta's got, yeah, that's good. Force them to double.
Korver, the primary guard. 2 to shoot. Kobe, a 3. It was short. Gasol tapping it out again. They had no body on him.
Now, not only that, come on, where were the guards when that ball was tapped out? You know they've been doing it in every game.
Gasol right through Boozer, who's got this rebound, deflected out of bounds by Gasol.
Now, I give Boozer a lot of credit. He was manhandled a little bit in that situation.
Foul here, I beg your pardon. Yeah, Gasol for the foul, so that's right. 4 on the Lakers here in the quarter.
Now, I thought Boozer did an excellent job in blocking Gasol out of there.
All right, so each team 14 fouls. Fouls become free throws the rest of the way. Bryant will send Boozer to the line. 3 on Kobe.
You had to like what you just saw the Lakers do. They double-teamed the dribbler, which was very smart. Kobe comes across. Watch Kobe come across right there. Now he catches Boozer across the arm, no doubt about it. But the big thing is you're in the penalty. So you have to be careful now on your rotations if you're going to go for the steal.
First free throw tonight. Remind you, season tickets for the 2010-2011 season are available. Amazing happens at an NBA arena near you. NBA.com. Check on tickets for next season. Boozer 0 for 2 at the line. Millsap bails him out.
Now this is about getting back into what you do best.
Tough pass by Matthews.
He wasn't ready. You don't throw the ball into traffic that quickly when there are 2 purple shirts there.
Bryant, baseline spin over Matthews. Rebound by Boozer.
Yeah, look up here now. Look up. You can't give up on a transition game.
Here is Williams, the star for Utah, trying to make it happen. The Jazz struggling a bit here on the offensive end the last couple of minutes.
I like that, though. That was good. Yeah, you got a good shot going to the basket. Unfortunately, you didn't get a call.
Welcome to Kobe time. Boozer the rebound.
Excellent double team by Korver. Definitely put Kobe in a bad percentage.
Williams draws the foul. Went right at Fisher, draws the contact. And a good free throw shooter at 80% coming to the line.
Well, this is what you need, Mike. This is what you need. Keep probing. Now, keep an eye on Kobe. Now, see, there's Korver. Korver came right over, helped on a double team, forced Kobe into a poor percentage shot. But you like what you're seeing now. Deron Williams is attacking, and that's what you want because he is strong enough to finish for you in the paint. He's a good foul shooter, and he is a leader. He'll make the right decisions on the passes.
For the Lakers, Fisher and Odom each have 4 personal fouls. C.J. Miles has 5 for Utah, and he's on the Jazz bench. No other Utah player with more than 3.
Now, Mike, Boozer's coming up big here in the rebound department. He has 13 now, and 5 of them are in this quarter, playing big on the defensive board.
Jazz lead by 4. They led by as many as 13. The Lakers took the lead from them here in the second half by as many as 4, and they're on their feet. The sellout crowd in Salt Lake City trying to get their team on the board in the second round.
Now, Kobe wants the post. He wants the post out of the triangle. Now you have a clear out.
And the undrafted rookie, Wesley Matthews, hanging with him as Bryant comes baseline. He's missed his last three. Odom got the rebound and gets some free throws.
Now, give Odom a lot of credit, Mike. I was watching him on that position. He worked his way down in to get inside position when Kobe took that shot up from the right side of the rim. Now, keep an eye to the right. Now, Kobe makes a strong move here. The man leaves Odom. He works right down inside. You like to see that.
Free throws coming.
So in the last 3 minutes and 9 seconds, Kobe's 0 for 4 down the stretch. But also a nice praise for the defense, one-on-one, and then on the traps and rotation for the Utah Jazz.
I don't mean to keep wearing out the phrase, but I have so much respect and credit for Wesley Matthews. He is an undrafted rookie.
Yes.
And he's out here in a must-win game for his team. No team's ever been down 3-0 and won a series. And he's guarding Kobe Bryant. I know he's getting help, but he's doing a decent job on it.
Well, think about it. Only 2 undrafted guys started in the playoffs this year. Carlos Arroyo and Wesley Matthews. Now, just think about that.
And Matthews, a rookie. Arroyo's been in the league for a half dozen years. One more coming for Odom at the line. I'm curious if Andre Kirilenko was going to come back in here. First game essentially in 3 weeks. He's missed 23 of the last 25 with a calf injury. He has not come back.
Well, they're staying with Korver as a shooter because he's been on fire. Now, from now to the end, Lakers and Utah both have 2 fulls and 120.
And both teams are over the limit with 2:40 to go in a 2-point game. Korver off the screen, bounced to Boozer, who fumbled it. Couldn't put a fork in it and turned it over.
Now, that's what they ran before when Korver threw that ball out of bounds.
Right.
He's coming off a down screen by Boozer. They're following, and then when he makes the catch, he's being trapped. Boozer is open on the roll, but it's up to Boozer to make the catch and then make the shot.
Odom gives the Lakers the lead with a 3. Lamar Odom, who had not hit a 3 all game, and it hit but 5 threes in the playoffs thus far.
How about the Lakers right now? 11 threes in this game.
Boozer in traffic inside. Millsap able to get it. Utah back on top by 1.
I want to bring this back to you. Now, the Lakers have made 11 threes here tonight. They only made 6 threes in games 1 and 2.
Bryant puts the moves on Matthews. 8 to shoot.
There's a clear out.
Williams watching, waiting to come to help. Can't do it. Kobe got it.
Now that's his prime time. One of the greatest players ever to play the game. Just very calmly does a fadeaway in your face.
3rd straight 30-point game in this series. Williams comes to get it with 10 to shoot.
Yeah, they lost a lot of seconds here.
Spins Fisher. Korver for 3. Yeah!
Yes. How about the recognition of Williams? He could have forced up a jumper, right, because he was ahead of Fisher. What a decision to go out wide for a 3.
Gets no better than these times in the NBA playoffs. Off a screen, Bryant, Fisher, Artest for the 3. Matthews rebounding foul, Gasol. Free throws for the Jazz.
Now that's what Jerry Sloan has been waiting for. The deep block out. Keep an eye on Kobe here now. The clock is going down. This is just a great athlete on a fadeaway, nothing but net. Now Korver left to the screen. Beautiful kick out. His man was late on the rotation. What a decision by Darren Williams.
And what it came to Korver. The former Mr. Basketball, state of Wisconsin. Matthews has one more free throw coming. Madison High School sets scoring records. He's the son of Wes Matthews, has mentioned 6 teams, a decade in the NBA, including with the Lakers at the end of his career, to give Utah a 3-point lead. This trip will take us inside 1 minute. Game 4 is Monday here in Salt Lake City. Kobe for 3. Ties the game at 106.
They did not go into the triangle. They went into what we call horns. two big guys up high, allowing Kobe to make a choice. He wanted that play right there.
Matt Williams lost it at the top. Gets to the baseline and hits.
He's taking Fisher at ease now. Every time Williams is coming down the middle of the floor, he's getting by Fisher.
Kobe will bring it to the front court. What a big defensive trip here.
Here's the high screen again.
Pitch to Fish, a deep three. He knocked it down!
Oh! Great pass, great look by Kobe Bryant. But once again, Fisher, catch and shoot.
And another big shot.
That's right, with distance.
4 seconds the difference, game and shot clock. Utah eschews the timeout. Out of the corner, Matthews dribbled. He doesn't want it. Williams at the top. Now Matthews takes the three. It's off, the rebound. Boozer's got it inside. He lost the handle. They've got a foul. And Matthews fouls Bryant with 7.8 to go. Carlos Boozer wanted the foul underneath as he was going for the rebound. Gasol is credited with the block shot.
Now that was scrambling defense by the Lakers. They put a lot of pressure. Give Utah credit. They moved the ball. They get a wide open look. Now as that comes down, as Boozer goes up, he thought he got hit by Gasol on the left hand, on the left arm.
Missed 2 tonight, had only missed 1 in the first 2 games. If he hits both, Utah will have to go for the 3 for the tie. And we'll see with 7.8 what the Lakers would do with a foul or playing defense.
Main thing right now, if he misses, you do what your coach is calling for. Call a timeout to make sure that you can advance the ball.
And get the rebound, which they didn't do 4 times on missed free throws in game 2. Makes them both. Timeout, Utah. 7.8 to go. You want to talk about big buckets and making plays in the playoffs. It was 106-103 Utah. Kobe came down to knock down the 3 with 54 seconds left, tied at 106. Then Darren Williams, a dozen seconds later, found space on the baseline, put Utah up 2. But his old teammate and a guy who made him cheer in Utah 3 years after one of the most emotional playoff nights in this building, a 3 from Fisher put the Lakers up.
The big thing now is do you foul and then send them to the line and put the pressure on making the first foul shot, miss the second, get the ball back, and score. So we have a lot of questions. Not all coaches believe in fouling in this situation. And if you talk to 10 guys, 5 guys would say I'm fouling, 5 guys would say I'm playing it straight, make them make the shot.
You're going to clean that corner in case Utah wants to take a shot from there. It's Miles to trigger, with Wesley Matthews, Boozer, Korver, who's been the hot 3-point shooter, and Williams. Williams going to get it with 6 seconds. Fisher comes to foul him, no shot. No shot. It was a pre-shot foul, sending Williams to the line for 2 with 6.1 to go.
All right, very smart play. Now, everyone says, well, the guy goes to the line right now. You know, he'll just make the foul shot. There's a lot of pressure. Smart play right here. There's a lot of pressure to make the first foul shot. All right, we all know then you have to have some kind of a setup of how you're going to attack the miss when you deliberately miss the next one.
Ronnie Price is going to come in after the free throw to get C.J. Miles, who's got 5 fouls. Big one for Williams. 12 of 13 tonight.
A lot of pressure to make that first foul shot. Now they put in another 3-point shooter.
Oh, Bynum to rebound first off here.
Oh, no, this is smart by the Lakers now. You must get this basketball. Everybody's got to put a body on a man here. Now watch now, people coming from the top of the circle.
Oh, Matthews in the lane there. 111, 110. Odom to trigger. Take a timeout.
All right, good.
You got 3 of them.
Yeah,
advance the ball.
When you're in a situation like that, all right, the main thing is never guess where you're going to throw the ball. Big thing is to let the man call a timeout so you can move the basketball.
Laker ball in the front court when you come back. 1-point lead for Los Angeles, trying to go up 3-0 in the best of 7. I mentioned before at the 6-minute mark of this quarter, you look out there, every guy in purple and gold willing to take a big shot. And we've seen it here in the last 3 minutes as all these guys have knocked down the big shots.
Well, they've all been primetime scorers on their teams. They've all been all-star players. Now, and you can see everyone answered the bell, and especially Fisher. He's just had a magnificent game. Now, by coming up and putting it here, what you're doing is if they do get a deflection, all right, they have a long way to go. But you know that they have a timeout, they can use the timeout. Big thing now is if you don't get the steal, is that you foul immediately.
Artest to trigger. Looks for Fisher. Oh, he threw it away. Corver's got it, and the timeout is taken.
Great job.
There could have very well been a foul call back here on Utah. It was not, and the Jazz will have the ball with a chance to win the game. Unbelievable.
That was played perfectly. They did an excellent job on the people that made curl move offensively. They played them. Just keep an eye. See, they picked up Gasol. They did a good job on the ball here. Now, this is just an excellent deflection by gambling for the deflection. And then the timeout immediately.
Boozer is in for the Jazz with Matthews, Korver, Williams, Miles to trigger. All they need to 2. 4.4 to go. It's in the hands of the All-Star. Williams for the lead. No good. The tip is no good. Matthews couldn't knock it in. And the Lakers take a 3-0 series lead. The Jazz had the chance at the buzzer, and Wesley Matthews, who has done so much in this rookie season, just couldn't roll it in the goal. And the Los Angeles Lakers are 1 win from returning to the Western Conference Finals for the 3rd consecutive year. You play 48 minutes, couple of hundred possessions, and you come this close.
Now, this is the guy that you wanted if you could get Korver a wide open shot. You got a great look at the basket and an excellent follow-up opportunity.
Watch it one more time. Matthews able to sneak in between Bryant and Gasol and get a hand on it, but just couldn't get it at the right angle. And this is how close the Jazz came to making it 2-1. Instead, it's 3-0 for Kobe and the Lakers. And here's Kobe with Heather Cox.
Mike, thank you. Kobe, 4.4 seconds left. Up by 1. How did you keep your composure after you guys turned the ball over?
Well, I mean, mistakes happen. And you just got to let it go, move on to the next one. And I felt it was important for Ron to take Darren in that last possession, so he can redeem himself from the past.
The last 2 years, you guys have won the first 2 games at home and then come to Salt Lake and lost game 3. How did you break the trend tonight?
Well, we played hard. We understood the importance of this game, and, we learned from our past year's experience.
Talk specifically about that experience. You're playing against a very young Utah Jazz team. Just how much does that experience kick in?
Well, it's a big factor for us. They're young, but they're extremely well coached. They execute their system extremely well. So, when you're playing against them, you have to be extremely disciplined and show a lot of poise.
Midway through that 4th quarter, you guys went about 3 minutes without making a field goal, and then everything turned around, and then you guys couldn't miss. Describe the level of intensity and focus it takes for you guys late in a game.
Well, we're getting great shots. They were great looks, and it was just a matter of time before they started falling.
Kobe, congrats on the win.
Thank you.